fitted, playing all goal, ain't no stopping in it. Look, salute when you see me. I bought her a CC and that was her purse. Disgusting what do for a purse. Disgusting what do for the clout. I'm one of the realest. The real ones could vouch. They thought I was done, but all that doubt. You gotta play my mix around. Salute when you see me. Put in the car to my runner gets you speedy. Still thugging like the days when they weren't here in my city. Made it out of the trenches. Just salute when you see me. Yeah, salute when you see me. I'm getting greedy, I blowed on her budget on me, that's on me, I'm conceited. Treaty, nah, that ain't how we treat it. This right here sound like a three-peat. I put the in it sound like I'm knee-deep, I'm like, oh, you too needy. Me and HB going Juvie and BG, they gotta put my face on the box of Wheaties. I'm praying for whoever think they competed, salute when you see me. That's all he ever, so that's how you greet me. I'm going TM 101 cheesy, and plus they got D2 on repeat. I'm with the love of my life in like 3 weeks, cause that's all I needed. She wanna go on a trip or retreat, but I'm sorry, I never retreated. I set the bar so high that you might as well leave it. I'm going undefeated, I've broken the system, had to breach it, that's mission impossible, mission completed. Salute when you see me. Yeah, I got the heart of a god and a genie. I want you to love me, I want you to need me.
It was once just an idea until breaking ground in November of 2016, and now here it is in all its glory. Spectacular SoFi Stadium here in metropolitan Los Angeles. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Buffalo Bills and the Los Angeles Chargers. In the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Herbert setting up to throw on first down. And his first pass is incomplete. Well, Charles, you talk about this offense, and you think about the man in charge, their head coach, this marking his first ever playoff game as the head coach, and you wonder what's going through his mind right about now.
Brandon, I think we both agree that he's had a great season, and we wouldn't be surprised at all to see him get plenty of Coach of the Year votes. I thought he took the right tone in his weekly press conference stuff. Played it cool, took the reserve down there. And when you don't have the track record, I think that's the exact right way to do it.
A big game that time for the Chargers.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding.
Herbert has it knocked free. But a Chargers player was able to fall on it, and they'll keep possession. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Going to throw on third down with Herbert. Flush to his right. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. picked off by Jordan Poyer. And the Bills are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal. But I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now Breida on a toss left. He's going to be stopped well behind the line of scrimmage, and that's pretty much going to wipe out their gain from 1st down. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, Breida. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line.
That's a very nice game there. Confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way you press the hole, absolutely perfect.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And this one is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Devin Singletary with his first carry of the game. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. Allen off the play fake. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
So 1 first down on that drive, and that's it. Forced to take the deep shot on 3rd down and couldn't hit it. Now they have to punt this one away.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. And he's going to get this from the 6 out to the 12. A pickup of 6 as they double their workspace.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler, and he will have the first down as he's up to his 17-yard line. Vision and speed, 2 of the attributes that you might say are important for a free safety, and we saw both in evidence there. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Herbert. Allen's got it complete.
They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. We're scoreless after 1. Now a second down and 6. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And that's going to be good for a Chargers first down as he's able to take this up to the 30-yard line.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Herbert takes it and just pops it forward.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. Second and 2.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
On second down, Eckler. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. A.J. Klein able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that will bring up 4th down. Here's Ty Long now to punt this one away. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've been playing the field position game thus far. No score, second quarter as they come up on 1st and 10. And some room to run now. Down the numbers. There he goes. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown.
The CD, I mean, there are touchdown runs, and then there are touchdown runs, and that one certainly fell into the latter category, and that deserves a couple exclamation points.
And this is a play defensively where you're just looking around and saying, what was that? What just happened? You're looking at your teammates, they're looking at you, and let's face it, your defensive coordinator, he's not going to tip his cap to it, and that's not how football works, but he probably should have after that run. That was absolutely sensational.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Charger drive about to get going. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
To throw again on second down. Herbert. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a give to Breida. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
104 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in this divisional round matchup.
On play action, Allen. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted.
Picked by Kenneth Murray. And the Chargers are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
But when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He finds his target, John Brown. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
On 2nd and 9, Herbert. It's complete to Cook. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. On 1st down, Justin Herbert. Flushed out right. And complete right side to Cook. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. A gain of 6 there on 1st. From the 17, here's 2nd and 4. Herbert now. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And the Chargers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. 2nd down and goal. Herbert eluding the... And he will not get away. He's sacked back around the 3-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. A big one coming in this divisional round playoff. 3rd and goal. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
And Hopkins' kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Final adjustments are underway in the locker rooms. Which of these two teams will survive and advance to next weekend's AFC Championship game? To find out, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the 2nd half of this AFC divisional round. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
Throwing is Allen on third. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch, I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
On first down, here's Breida. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 119 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. This is Breida. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Play action. Now it's Allen. Being chased out left. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
That's something we have not seen him do to this point, and that's take the ball, tuck it, and run.
Exactly right. His first carry of the game. I guess he picked a good time to do it.
He certainly did. Not only did he have the element of surprise, he's making sure he's judicious in taking off.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. Running out of the gun here, Breida. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They run with Breida. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Matt Breida, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bills take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Charger drive about to get going. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out...
And the Bills are going to get him as he goes. Down.
Justin Herbert sacked by Ed Oliver. An 8-yard loss on the play. It's now 3rd down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Cook. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Escaping the pressure right. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Herbert's throwing in the hands of his receiver, Guyton.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
Every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
I certainly know that I, for one, would not like to be on the other end of a tackle when this guy's coming at you full speed from his strong safety spot. Boy, that was a nice play.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
He finds his receiver, Williams, for a Charger touchdown.
Mike Williams
there to make the grab.
And the Chargers have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
They'll try and run it here. And he will get into the end zone as a 2-point conversion is successful. And the lead is down to a field goal here in the 4th. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
And this has been a tight game to this point. Of course, they usually are at this juncture of the play.
Oh, now Breida loses it. And fortunately, the Bills jump on it and get it back.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
The Bills on 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. And some room to maneuver. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
46-yard line.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right. But the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Third down, they go with Singletary. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A big gain there for the Bills. On the defensive side of the ball, that's the definition of frustrated. You get them to 4th down, and then you allow a chunk play like that in the passing game.
Almost felt as if that play was drawn up in the dirt on the sideline. They pulled that from a game plan that wasn't this game, and they still made it work.
So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. They run again with Breida. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Allen to throw. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. The Charger drive about to get going. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
Herbert. He's going to let it fly. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. 2nd down coming up. Here's 2nd and 10. Now Herbert. Finding Allen and getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. Herbert going to throw. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, LA. Keenan Allen, 51 yards. And the Chargers have made this a one-score game. Extra point good by Hopkins. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So they got their touchdown. Now down a field goal. Here comes the onside kick. And the Bills are going to recover. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical.
Once again, they run with Breida on first down. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Chargers going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. The Bills on their way to victory now as they take the knee. They go to a knee here, and with that, it's on to the AFC title game. And they have secured a spot in the conference championship, and now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.